So, just how many times are Sony going to release something big just when I released my videos? This has happened multiple times at this point. I'm not really sure what to do about it. But this video is going to be semi-scripted. But I want to start this off by saying I am impressed with the PlayStation 5 UI, the functionality that Sony have brought to the system. It's a lot, and this is just the first taste. Apparently we're going to get more videos diving into the PlayStation 5 UI, but let's just dive into everything here. This video is essentially going to be broken down into the intro piece, activities, party chat, and the home screen, which all have multiple details to dive into here. So let's just start. He points out that the UI, the PS5 UI, is in a pre-production build. So the one he's showcasing is a pre-production build. So this could improve or change slightly or more so before launch next month. So he starts off the video right from rest mode, resume where you left off, similar to the PlayStation 4. Then you have the PlayStation 5 Control Center, which contains all the information you need in the form of cards like news from publishers you're following, your recent activities like screenshots and clips, what activities you have active and suggested you can jump into, which is a part of the real-time UI I've talked about many times on this channel, where it just lets you jump directly into a mission or a multiplayer match right from the home screen. It also contains things outside of the game like notifications, friends list, music, sound control, mic control, accessories connected to the console and their battery level, profile, and power. And this is all the stuff I'm seeing at the bottom of the screen there. There also seems to be a customization button on the far right side there that probably lets you customize what you see in the control center, but that's just a guess in my opinion. And to get in and out of the control center is just a press of the home button. So then they moved on to the activities. Those are the cards that you see on the control center. You can again tap on the PlayStation Home button to see available activities with percentages showing how much you have completed from active activities. They also have suggested activities again, as I mentioned earlier. Clicking on an activity card that is active tells you about the objectives you still have to complete and how long it'll take to finish. It gives you an actual time, which I guess is based off averages. And this stuff we've seen in patents as well as in rumors, and it's just crazy, or it's just nice to see how much of that is here. You can resume that exact activity, which takes about 3 seconds from what I saw in the video, and take this in. This isn't just resuming a game, this is resuming any activity in a game, which is much more advanced in my opinion. And I wonder how they keep that in memory. Is there an activities limit, as in you can only have a few active activities at a time? I think I need to see more of this to get a better idea. And if you open an objective, you can get official help for the game via PlayStation Plus required assistance. We also saw this in the patents as well, and the ability to snap a video on the side that shows you how to progress wherever you're stuck. It's again, it's just amazing how much of the patent content is here. And as I said before, this will be useful for a lot of people, but I like to figure the game out myself, but that's just me, of course. Everybody else is different. Then they moved over to some of the party chat stuff. Party chat notifications are much more interactive here. You can join or view the party. I'm not sure what the number 6 means right by the party in that little notification you get on the top right. I thought it was the number of people in the chat, but under that it tells you who's in the chat, so I'm not sure what that number is. I guess we'll find out in time. Then they started talking about this watch share screen feature. This is something that Sony has seemingly evolved from the PlayStation 4. On the PlayStation 4, you can share your screen by actually starting a live stream on a third-party platform like Twitch, but in my opinion, that's not really sharing your screen, but rather just starting a live stream and having one person watch you or just a few people watch you. But here it's almost like a business call, and someone in your group can just share their screen, which impressed me a lot. I think this was the original vision on the PlayStation 4, but they couldn't achieve it until now. You can watch the other person play, snap their play in a picture-in-picture view, and continue your game. If you have the game they're playing, you can apparently just click click the play button and play it yourself, and even mute the video if you don't want to hear their game. Then they started talking about this switching games via cards feature. So using the cards in the control screen, if someone in your party has started another game, you can click on the card and launch that game and join them. That card also tells you which systems apparently the game is compatible with. So this tells me it could be used for PlayStation 4 games as well, just like how they're able to do picture-in-picture with a PlayStation 4 game like Lost Legacy, like we saw earlier. And the moment they switched into Destruction All-Stars in the video seems like a cold boot of the game, which looks like it took about 8 seconds, 8 seconds maybe. But I'm curious to see if the game is in a resume state. How long would that take? 8 seconds is already fast, of course, but I would assume it's even faster in a resume state. Then we got a little teaser for the create button. Not really everything, but just a little tease. They confirmed that video and screenshots are captured up to 4K, so it can be a lower resolution or up to 4K resolution, which was so great to hear. Expect more of my own gameplay on the channel when the PlayStation 5 launches, of course. And the little UI they have for capturing screenshots or video lets you see previews of the screenshot for this specific example. You also have options to take the screenshot, take a video. I'm assuming the second icon from the right is so you can mute the party in case you want to take a video and you don't want that audio in there. That's just a guess on my end. And there also seems to be an adjustment button, probably to edit photos and videos right there on the fly, but again, that's just another guess. Then they went over to the big piece here, which is the PlayStation 5 home screen. This was directly from the patent as well. Yes, it's obviously more refined here, but again, it's just nice or just surprising to see how much of the patent stuff has come to life here. And we just talked about this stuff months ago, but to continue, it looks like an evolution of the PlayStation 4 UI with dedicated areas for games, media, and probably more. PlayStation Now seems to be more integrated here and a bigger focus with them having it right there on the screen. They also confirm UI is also in 4K with HDR as well, so it's going to look amazing on your screens, your 4K screens, 4K HDR supported screens. Each game has its own hub similar to the PlayStation 4, but this time it includes items like the activities that you can jump directly into or resume, like we saw earlier in the control center portion of this video. And they also confirm again some PlayStation 4 titles might have some of these features as well. I mentioned in earlier videos how I wondered if activities could be added to PlayStation 4 games. It seems like a bigger possibility now, but probably for new PlayStation 4 games and not older games, but we'll have to see on that. Then they went over to this Explore section of the PlayStation 4 Home UI. This section gives you an overview of everything, news from PlayStation, publishers you follow, games you follow, and trending content from the community. So some of the stuff we saw in the control center earlier, this feature will evolve over time from what they're stating, and they confirm it's US only at launch, but let's see how long it takes to launch everywhere else in more areas as well. And probably one of the biggest things in my opinion is that the PlayStation Store is now integrated into the system and not a web app which you have to wait forever to load. It should provide a way better experience now that it's integrated, and I'm excited to see how fast it is. From the video, it seems instant. He just moved over to the store and it seems like it loaded, but that could be just a preview. We'll have to wait and see on that. And then they dove into some of the sharing features. Like I mentioned earlier, he showcases you can edit directly from the card for the screenshot he's sharing. So earlier in the video, when you had that little bar at the bottom with the sharing options, you could also probably have edited on the fly there as well. You can share to supported social media platforms. They seem to only have Twitter here for now, but that could change. And you can share your content to a party if you want. And they also stress that parties this time around are not just voice chat parties, but also, messaging chat parties. They're more grander, is that the word? They're bigger than they were on the PlayStation 4. You can also add messages to the share item, the item that you're sharing, and you can use the mic on the controller to write the message. I'm really curious here to see how well the voice to text works on PlayStation 5. I hope it works well because that would make a lot of people's lives easier. Also, if you share something with someone else and they haven't played that part yet in the game, they'll get a warning letting them know before they decide to open it or not. This is a really clean feature to avoid spoilers. This feature and the walkthrough guide feature are really trying to help people avoid spoilers in games and as much as possible, and I personally love it a lot. And then they just teased here, this last part of the video, they teased resuming multiple games. So they teased it but didn't talk about it. But apparently you can suspend multiple games like the Xbox Series X. From what I'm reading here, the flex here is that they just have it in text stating suspend your games, plural. They don't even talk about it. But I personally hope they do show some of it in the next video, because there is clearly much more to see here for the UI. And just one more thing that was mentioned on the Digital Foundry article: if you use a disc on the PlayStation 5, you don't need to be connected online. You can play the game directly on the console like the PlayStation 4. And that's basically everything that we've seen today. Overall, again, I am impressed. Sony did an awesome, solid job with this UI, and I can't wait to see more of it, hopefully really soon, considering we're weeks out from launch. But you guys let me know your rating for the UI from 1 to 10. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, or this video's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with PlayStation 5 UI Master Race, because obviously from what we've seen here, in my opinion, this is all for fun. The PlayStation 5 UI is probably one of the best UIs I've seen thus far, and I'm really impressed. If you are as well, destroy the comment section with PlayStation 5 UI Master Race, and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.